Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here. We've had a bit of a palaver actually this morning, trying to get all the camera and everything set up. So this is not the camera that we intended, not the view that we intended, but I'm here and I'm so happy that you're here. And a really, really warm welcome to Preparing to Channel with your guardian angel. Tressarn and I are so delighted to be with you. This is going to be so much fun. Over the next 6 weeks together, we're going to be taking steps led completely by Tressarn to take you through building a solid foundation so that you can channel your guardian angel. So let's begin with some introductions. I'm Ros Place. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a guardian angel channel. I channel Tressarn, who is my guardian angel. I also teach people how to channel their own guardian angels and connect people with their guardian angels. I am speaking to you live from Cuzco, and Cuzco is not 34 meters up. That wouldn't be all that high at all, would it? It's 3,400 meters above sea level in Peru. And this is a really exciting stage that we're at in our travels with Tressarn, because last year Tressarn said, you're going to leave England and you're going to travel with your family and you're going to develop and grow spiritually and personally, and I'm going to take you on a wonderful adventure. And he certainly has, and we are here now live in Peru. So we're so excited to be with you. We're going to be with you every week on a Wednesday for an hour. And we're going to be covering specific things together. This week, we're going to be focusing on channeling, learning to channel, preparing to channel with your guardian angel. And we're going to be addressing specifically the mind's role. And this is all channeled information directly from Tressarn. I channel Tressarn every single morning, and he provides me with amazing answers and guidance, which helps me practically in my life. And this course that we're going to be enjoying together is going to help you practically to prepare to channel with your guardian angel. So what is channeling? Let's start with that. Channeling is connecting with your guardian angel. Channeling your guardian angel is connecting with your guardian angel and being able to ask questions and receive answers which help you in your life, practically help you to fulfill your purpose. And Tressarn helps me to fulfill my purpose. And the way that he describes himself and his role in all of this is that Tressarn is here to help to deepen love and understanding of the human experience. Because we're all here as humans, we're all here living life, and that's a really essential part of our purpose. And when we work with our guardian angels, when we connect with our guardian angels, then we're really able to have much more of a gentle, flowing, smooth experience of life. Things happen with ease and with grace. So I'm just going to be looking to my left. As I explained to you, this isn't the setup I was expecting, but I'm sure that you don't mind really. This is real life. This is where we are. So the mind's role in safety and developing trust in your guardian angel. So let me explain a little bit about myself, okay? And I do this because I want you to understand that I'm a human being. I channel guardian angels, I channel Tressarn, but I'm a human being. I'm living a real life. I have challenges and I have experiences which are all part of my growth. And I really want to share those with you so that you can really understand that you're not alone and how your guardian angel can help you. So as a little girl, I always connected with angels, saw angels. They're my earliest memory, laying in my crib, looking up and seeing angelic energy all around me. And until I was 11, I thought that everybody saw angels, connected with angels in the same way that I did. And it was when I got to age 11 that I realized that they didn't. And that was a really traumatic event for me. I can remember being at school, being outside the geography huts, and shutting the whole of my angelic communication down because it made me different, it made me stand out, and that wasn't what I wanted. I really did not want that. That event was really traumatic. It was seismic because I ripped apart part of myself And the lead up to that event was being a little girl. I can remember I was very independent. My mum said to me that one of the first things that I said as a little girl was me do it myself. Me do it myself. I was fiercely independent. I used to put my shoes on the wrong feet. I used to try and do my zip up, on my jacket and hold everybody up because me do it myself, me do it myself. And that fierce independence and that real challenge that I had with trusting and allowing help was something which really kind of like I can remember being a little girl sitting on the end of my little single bed in my little bedroom. To give you a bit of context, we're talking 1980s here, early 1980s, and it was a pale yellow walls with grey and yellow curtains. If any of you are from the 80s, then you might remember that scene. And I remember sitting on the end of my bed and saying to myself, you're on your own. No one's going to help you. You can't trust anyone. You're on your own. And that was another really traumatic event. And to be a small girl and to say that and to think that and to proceed living life in that way was a real barrier for many years. So I wanted to share that with you because I wanted you to know that I've had experiences of not trusting. I've been very independent. I wanted to do things my own way. But since I've connected with Tressarn in this real life, living life together way, it's absolutely transformed every aspect and every area of life. So channeling is communicating with your guardian angel. It's connecting with your guardian angel. You can channel other energies. People often talk about channeling guides, channeling spirit. I help people to channel their guardian angel. And the reason that that creates such safety is because your guardian angel is just for you, only for you. Your guardian angel's been with you since you were conceived. Like the moment of conception, you and your guardian angel came together energetically. And your guardian angel has been with you and will remain by your side for your entire lifetime, always wanting to help you to fulfill your purpose, always wanting to help you to live the life that you wanted to live before you came into a human experience, like when you were energy. And there was so much excitement about becoming a human. It's such a privilege to become a human. And you come into this human body and you are human, and you, in other words, you're physical and your energy too. And your purpose here is to fulfill what you came here to experience and to be yourself, to be confident, to be happy, to live life in the way that you always intended to. And your guardian angel is the energy, the beautiful light being that has never been human, doesn't judge, doesn't criticize, doesn't lose faith in you, never gives up in you. Guardian angel is with you to help you in this lifetime to fulfill your purpose. Okay? So we're going to be talking this week about the mind's role. Now, Tressarn says, can I move this any better? Are we all right? We're all right. Okay. Tressarn says that your mind is the biggest barrier to communicating with your guardian angel, to channeling your guardian angel. And I think on a level you probably know that. Your mind is always churning. Your mind is seeking solutions, requiring proof. Your mind is always ultimately wanting to feel safe. And I'm going to hand over to Tressarn in a minute to talk about the mind's role in channeling, because he shares some things which are really helpful, very practical, which will really help you to create that safe environment so that you feel safe, so that you can channel. Because when your mind feels safe, it influences your body. And we're going to talk about the body next week. But when your mind feels safe, when your mind knows that it's safe, you create a peaceful, safe space from which you can channel, which you can communicate with your guardian angel, from which you can develop and be your true self. Tressarn talks about it as finding your real voice. And that is what channeling is. It is connecting in with that higher power, which is your guardian angel. And it is learning to trust yourself and learning to trust your guardian angel and not having to live life on your own. So let's tune into Tressarn now and let's ask him about how it is that you can bring safety into your mind so that you can channel. I'm just going to take a sip of water. Just a bit of info here. This might look a bit cloudy to you, this water, if you see me sipping it. It is cloudy. The reason it's cloudy is because it's got bicarb and salt in it. And I found that particularly at this high altitude, this has been a really great drink for me to have. So let's just have a sip. By the way, I'd love it if you could say hi in the chat. I'm not looking at the chat at the moment. Say hi. Let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're from. It'd be so fantastic to know where in the world we all are. We're all one. It's such a massive world, but it's such a small world, and it's the people that make the world such a wonderful place, isn't it? So please let me know where you are, that you're here, and where you're from. Okay. So I'm just going to tune into Tressarn. Let me just explain this process. I'm going to be talking you through all of this. I'm going to be sharing this process with you. This is the process which Tressarn has given to me that I teach others, and it's called the Channel of Clarity method. It's a method, it's a process, it's a step-by-step, very practical way of channeling your guardian angel. So I'm just going to tune into Tressarn now, and we're going to practice it together later. Okay, so I'm going to ask Tressarn, how can I bring safety into my mind so that I can channel my guardian angel? So I'm just going to tune into him. That means that I put my feet on the floor, make myself comfortable, and I'm just going to tune into him now. Welcome. It is wonderful to have so many humans here with their guardian angels, all preparing to channel, to communicate, to receive information which will assist you to live your true purpose. The mind's role in channeling. The mind is an interrupter. The mind is an interruption. The mind is always seeking confirmation, proof, answers, solutions. The mind is always seeking information. And when it is understood that this seeking of information comes from a need to be safe and feel safe, a new relationship can develop between you and your mind and your guardian angel. There are 4 important aspects of safety which your mind requires in order to create safety, an experience of allowing connection with your guardian angel. The first step, the first safety area, is safety in your immediate environment. Before you sit down to channel your guardian angel, and Ros over the weeks to come will communicate my guidance regarding channeling your guardian angel, communicating with your guardian angel. The first safety area is safety for your mind in your immediate environment. Your immediate environment is where you sit now. Where are you sitting now? What is the room that you find yourself in? What is the space or place that we connect with each other from? Taking time to be aware that the immediate environment, the space that you are in, is safe. Creating safety by knowing that you will not be disturbed, by knowing that you will not be heard, by knowing that the sounds that you experience are those which are not threatening, peril, or placing you in danger, but are an opportunity to connect with safety, are the first important safety area. Okay, so I just want to connect with you and just talk that first safety area through with you, and then we'll check back in, tune back into Tressarn, and we'll talk about those other areas. So he talks about like the first safety area of channeling is your immediate environment. So these are real fundamentals, and they're often missed. Often when you're channeling, you're told like you've got to clear your mind, like you've just got to kind of like be zen. You've got to be in a quiet space, a space which is kind of like perfect in some way. You think about, you know, Tibetan monks up high in silence, and that's not necessary, and it's also very rarely possible. Tressarn says in this step 1, it's really important that the space that you're in when you're channeling or preparing to channel, you acknowledge to be safe. So like, where do you sit? Where's your space? Like in my life, I get up every morning, I sit down in a chair by the window, wherever we are, you know, we're always traveling and we're always in different locations, but I find my safe spot. I know that I'm safe there. I'm sitting in my comfy chair. I'm comfortable because I've already got a blanket around me, particularly here because it's a bit chillier. In other places, not so much because it's been boiling hot. But like the space, your immediate environment, it's important that you feel safe in your immediate environment, the chair that you're sitting in, the room that you're in. And then it's important for you to think about, like, am I going to be interrupted? Like, do I feel safe that I'm going to be able to just completely relax? Is this space a space where I know that no one's going to ask me a question, no one's going to storm in? Is this space somewhere where I feel safe to just completely be unself-conscious? In your immediate environment, we're just talking about your immediate environment, okay? In the place that you meditate, channel, spend time for your spiritual practice. And then there's the noises that you hear all around you. So like, I don't live somewhere that's silent. For many years, I've desperately wanted to live somewhere that's silent, but it's never been possible. In fact, noise followed me around in quite a hilarious way for many years. Everyone used to laugh about it. It's like I could, wherever we went, there would be someone who would be making a noise, or there'd be a dog that was barking, or some building works that were being done. I remember that was really present when we lived in Sheffield, when we were living in England. But Tressarn explains that the noises that you hear in your natural environment, in that immediate environment, just pay attention to them, but realize, acknowledge, vocalize, really be clear with yourself that they're not presenting a danger. So that dog that's barking, you know, the car that drives and hoots its horn, the noise that you hear of people getting ready for their day, or, you know, the strimmer, the gardener coming, all of these noises, be aware of like the regularity and the sounds that they create, and know that you're safe. So that's step 1, safe area that Tressarn's described, a safe, immediate environment where you're sitting. Just and we're going to be doing this actually in an exercise that I've created for you, so that I'm going to talk you through this at the end, so you'll be able to practically really interact with this in your own personal way. The space that you're in, you're safe. Okay, the room that you're in, the chair that you're in, you're safe. Creating your own safe space and area. That's the first safe area, and all of the noises, so that your immediate environment is safe. Okay, that's just a really important first step for you to take when you experience that. Okay, I'm just going to have another drink of water, and I'll return to Tressarn about the second area. The second area of safety for your mind is the area of returning to your day. So often when humans channel and communicate with their guardian angel, the interference of the mind comes from returning to the day, channeling and simultaneously remembering, requiring yourself not to forget matters which need to be attended to in the day that is to come, revisiting the day after channeling, being in a relationship with your guardian angel where you are requiring yourself to be present, and also simultaneously stepping into the day which is about to occur or has occurred, in order to know that you are experiencing something which you can return to with safety. Remembering what needs to be done, revisiting a list of things which must not be forgotten, is the safe area which must be created in the mind in order to channel your guardian angel. So knowing that this experience of channeling is something that will allow you to return to your daily life and pick up where you were, it may be said. To know that any thoughts which come will not be forgotten. Any things which are required to be attended to will be remembered. And knowing that when you return to your day, all is well. And so this second area of safety that the mind requires is a knowing that returning to the day after channeling, all is well. Okay, so what Tressarn is talking about there in that second area is something that you might relate to. Let me know if you do relate to this. That experience of like channeling, quietening your mind, you might think of if you're meditating. And as you're doing so, all these thoughts kind of like bombard you. You're starting to think about, oh, I mustn't forget to do this, and I mustn't forget to do that. And, you know, oh, I must remember this. And, oh, there's that thing that needs to be dealt with. And being aware that when you return to your day, everything's going to be okay. So this safe area of returning to your day, this is another thing which you can prepare for, another thing which you can plan for. You might like to write a list of things which are on your mind before you sit down to channel. I find that that's actually unnecessary, because all you're required to do is to know that all is well when you return to your day. And then you're not in this position where you're channeling and trying to connect with your guardian angel and create this beautiful channel of communication, which your mind is the interrupter of. Knowing in your heart and knowing through experience of doing this, which is really important, that when you return to your day, all is well. You haven't forgotten anything. Nothing is going to be that should have been remembered is not remembered, that you're not going to have missed anything. It's giving yourself to the experience of channeling. It's not trying to push the thoughts away. It's not trying to put them in a bubble and see them floating off. It's just knowing that when you return to your day, all is well. And these are fundamentals within a fundamental area, which is the mind's requirement to be safe in order to channel. And that area of safety, which is your immediate environment, which is the first layer, is important. The second area, which is knowing that when you return to your day, all is well. And you can say that to yourself: when I return to my day, all is well. And in actual fact, if you want a little secret tip, it's not just all is well, it's so much better, because if there's one thing that I'll say about channeling, it's that it gives you such mental clarity, such mental stamina. You know, you come back and your mind is kind of switched on in a way that allows you to just get through the day in ways which are elevated, in ways which are really productive, and really, really clear. So that's that second area. So let's tune back into Tressarn. I'll channel Tressarn now for you, and I'll ask him about the next area. I'm just going to have another sip of my bicarbonate salt water. Okay, just tune into him now. The third area of your mind requiring safety in order to channel your guardian angel is familiarity and trust with your guardian angel. This begins with knowing that the unseen, as it may begin, guardian angel connection is a beautiful channel of love. That your guardian angel loves you, exists only for you. That your guardian angel is with you to help you in every possible way. That your guardian angel will never disappoint you. Your guardian angel will never withdraw their love. Your guardian angel will endlessly, infinitely help you to fulfill your purpose, and along that purpose pathway, address every challenge. Together, co-create positive outcomes. And so the third area of safety that the mind requires is that trust through familiarity, through consistent connection with your guardian angel, beginning with knowing, beginning with accepting, beginning with opening yourself up in the gentlest of ways to begin to be open to the idea that your guardian angel loves you, that your guardian angel wants to help you, that your guardian angel is with you just for you to love, support, encourage, empower you to become your true self, to discover who you really are, to use your real voice. And so it is. So what Tressarn's talking about there, and this is the mind's requirement of safety in order to channel this third area, is familiarity with your guardian angel. Familiarity is so important for you to experience with your guardian angel. It's this acceptance, this beginning, as he said, of the idea of accepting that your guardian angel is with you to help you, that your guardian angel loves you. I can't even, we all compare love to and relationships to those that we know in our real lives, people that we love and people that have loved us and people that have hurt us and people that we've hurt. And we kind of create this human relationship dynamic with guardian angels. And often guardian angels are personified. Guardian angels have never been human. They don't have the restrictions and limitations that being human has. They also don't have the benefit of being able to interact in the physical, which we do. And that's why me and you and your guardian angel make such a great team, because you work in energetic and practical and physical ways in the real world that we physically see, and in the energy world, which is how we manifest. That's the great thing about working with your guardian angel. But the familiarity, the trust, which happens gently in your way, on your time frame, is an essential part of channeling your guardian angel. Let's just open up and channel, right? That is something which feels just completely overwhelming to me. Channeling what? How do I know? And that's why developing a familiarity with your guardian angel, developing that connection, that relationship, which takes time, but it's so worthwhile, with your guardian angel, is something which creates that safety that your mind needs. And I want you to really think about safety and your mind's role in safety. Your mind is helping you. Your mind is not deliberately trying to create problems for you. And you can heal your mind through this process of safety. Your mind wants to be safe and know that you're safe. And that's really important, because of course you want to know that you're safe and be safe. So this third area of familiarity, we're going to be working on this through the 6 weeks that we have together. Specifically, we're going to be working on how you can develop that familiarity, that beautiful connection with your guardian angel. But that's that third area, which is familiarity with your guardian angel. Let's talk to Tressarn about the fourth and final area of safety that's required in the mind in order to channel your guardian angel. Okay, let's get another sip of my cloudy water. The fourth and final area of safety that your mind requires in order to channel your guardian angel is, am I doing this right? When the mind is interrupting because it requires solutions and answers, when the mind is asking, as you will relate to, am I doing this right? Is this how it is supposed to be? It creates questions which the mind loves to answer, generally speaking, negatively, in ways which undermine a process, unless there is a method and a process which the mind understands, which the mind can be focused upon, and then there is an allowing of connection, which happens in a deeper way. The process of channel of clarity takes you all of the necessary steps that the mind requires, the practical and technical approach which your mind is wanting in order to relax and focus on. And then comes in the energetic connection, because the mind knows the process which becomes automatic, the process which Ros will share with you through this time that you have over this beautiful expanse of 6 weeks, which are already becoming manifest in powerful and beautiful ways in each of your individual lives. This process of the technical step-by-step method, which your mind knows, so that questions of, am I doing this right? Is this what I should be doing? Can be answered. And so this fourth area of safety is, am I doing this right? What is the process to follow in order to do this correctly? So what Tressarn's talking about there is something that's really fascinating to me. I'm a really practical person. I like to be told how to do things. Like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And that's something that Tressarn has really beautifully created through Channel of Clarity. He gave me Channel of Clarity a few years ago, and it's a step-by-step method which teaches you how to channel your guardian angel. But what's important about it is that it teaches you a step-by-step approach. And that means that you can just relax. If you know what you're doing, if your mind knows that it's doing what it should be doing, if those questions of, am I doing this right? Am I doing this correctly? Are answered, then the mind stops searching for those answers. The mind can be occupied. When the mind is occupied with something that becomes automatic in the end, which is the beautiful thing about a process that you repeat over and over again. You think about, like, when you were learning to drive. This is an example that Tressarn's used before. When you were learning to drive a car, right at the beginning, there were so many things to remember. It seemed so complicated. It was something that you really had to concentrate on and think about. It was a process. It felt like something which you really needed to give yourself to in order to learn. But once you learn to drive, you don't really think about it. You get in the car, you just drive. And often you're able to drive quite long distances and then arrive at your destination. And when you reflect back, you'd been somewhere else thinking about something else, particularly if it's a journey that you do consistently. And so your mind is free because it is occupied. Your mind is occupied with an automatic task. And through that, there is an opening that can happen inside. And in this situation, an opening to channel your guardian angel, because you know the step-by-step process. You know that you're doing it correctly. Your mind is occupied. And then on this deeper level, this connection can occur. Okay? So that's 4 areas. The mind is helping you. And once you understand that the mind just needs to feel safe, the mind just wants to feel safe, that all of the questions and all of the interruptions all come from a place of, I want to feel safe. And once you address those 4 areas, so once you acknowledge and make any adjustments so that you know your immediate area is safe, once you enjoy that experience of knowing that when you come back to your life, all is well, once you enjoy that wonderful familiarity, build that relationship, build the trust between you and your guardian angel, your mind is healed. Then it has that safety. And then that 4th area, which is about enjoying that experience of having a practical process and steps that you can follow, which means that your mind is occupied. You're not asking, am I doing this right? Am I following steps correctly? Because they are very clear steps. And then there's this automatic approach to doing the channeling steps, which mean that energetically you can connect. There's no resistance. So that's 4 really beautiful areas. Your mind wants to be safe. Your mind is there to keep you safe. That's why it's so hyper vigilant. I think sometimes the mind gets a really bad rap, particularly with meditating, and there are lots of different approaches. Push the thoughts away, let them float away with bubbles, in bubbles. But it's really knowing that your mind just wants to be safe, that it's trying to help you. And once you deliver that safety, once you provide that safety for your mind, but for yourself, then there's an amazing experience that is created which can only be created in safety. It's pointless pretending you're safe, making you wanting to feel safe, talking yourself into being safe. Whenever you're not safe, whenever you don't feel safe, what happens is you resist, you stall, you're forcing something. And this is what's so beautiful about working with your guardian angel. They will never force or push or make you do or be or experience anything. They're teaching you and helping you how to be safe, feel safe, have the proof that your mind needs and the safety and the answers that your mind needs in order to open up to your guardian angel. And the mind has a massive effect on the body, a huge effect on the body. And next week, we're going to be talking about the mind, and we're talking about the body and how the mind affects the body and how the body affects the mind and how the mind affects the body. And how it goes on and on and on. And how once you learn this process of healing your mind so that you can develop trust, so that you can channel, and the body experience of that, then you've just got such an amazing tone and real preset that you can create. So we're going real fundamentals here, and I think this is so often missed. So it's a delight to share this with you. Okay, so I think what would be great for us to do now, Tressarn is indicating, is if we practice this first step, okay? Just gonna have a sip of water. Just to let you know about times, we're going to be talking for about the next 20 minutes together. This is an hour. And then at the end, I'll be around for up to half an hour. If anyone has any questions that they want to ask, then I'll be delighted to answer those. So that's in about 20 minutes time. Okay. So Tressarn's indicating that this is going to be a great opportunity to practice the first safety area, which is that safety area of your immediate environment. And then I'm going to talk you through the lovely practice that you can enjoy independently at home. Okay, so what I want you to do, please, is close your eyes. I'm just going to talk you through. It's going to take a couple of minutes and demonstrate this. I'm laughing so much at this camera angle. It's so funny. Anyway, okay, so what I'd like you to do, please, is put your feet on the floor. I'd like you to close your eyes, please. And I'd like you to just breathe. Please have your mouth closed. I'd like you to breathe in and breathe out through your nose with your mouth closed. And I'd love you to enjoy a feeling of relaxation. Welcome a feeling of relaxation into your body. And as you're breathing, drawing that energy of relaxation up through your feet into your ankles. Beautiful, relaxing energy into your calves, your knees. Breathing and welcoming, relaxing energy into your thighs, your hamstrings, your buttocks, your hips, your pelvis. And as you're breathing through your nose, drawing this relaxing energy up into your stomach area and up into your upper back. And all the way up through your chest. So you've got this beautiful meeting of relaxing energy on your shoulders. Allowing this relaxing energy to move down into your arms and your wrists and your fingers. Relaxing energy, moving back up your arms and into your throat and your head, into your lovely face. Enjoying that relaxing energy now, back into your heart. And I'd love you to place your hand over your heart, please, over your heart center. And I'd love you to say to yourself with feeling, say to yourself, I love you. I accept you for all that you are. I love you unconditionally. And continuing to breathe. And now placing your hand back down on your lap, I'd love you, with your eyes closed, to be aware of the safety of the environment that you're in, your immediate environment. I would love you to think about or visualize or feel the chair that you're sitting on, how solid it is, how comfortable and secure. I'd love you to feel the space around you, to feel the safety, the safety of the room that you're in. You might like to visualize it or remember it, or just feel the space that you're in and acknowledge that it's safe. You're in a safe space. You're in a lovely room and you're safe. And then I'd love your awareness to just begin to move out into the sounds that you might hear around you. You might be able to hear people in another room. You might be able to hear people outside. All the noises that you hear and all the noises that you're used to hearing in your environment. Just notice them, but know that you're safe. Know that those noises, those sounds, they're not dangerous. They don't pose a threat. That you're safe to hear them. And that they will not interfere with you. And continuing to breathe. And as you breathe and feel that wonderful experience of the safety of the room that you're in and the safety of the noise, feeling safe, knowing that you're safe. Acknowledging that you're safe. Great. You're going to hear an aeroplane in a minute if you listen really carefully. And I'm safe. We are so close to an airport where we are in Cusco. We can hear aeroplanes taking off and landing. They do not interrupt. I'm safe. When you're ready, coming back to your body, please. Feeling safe, knowing that you're safe, making sure that you open your eyes to yourself. Great. That's great. I'm so happy that you've just taken that first step. This is just one of the areas of safety that your mind needs. And I'm going to be creating a meditation with Tressarn. He's going to be sharing the meditation, which I'll put a link to in the description, so that you can practice these mind safety areas. I want to introduce you to the play sheet that Tressarn's created for you. You won't be able to see it at the moment, but I want to talk you through it and we can practice it and you can start thinking about it. And then you can do it yourself in your own time, because it's taking that first step to knowing that you're safe. You're safe in the room that you're in. You're safe in the space that you're in. And also within that, noticing what you need in order to be safe. So, for example, I mentioned like hearing noises outside. So like I'm actually in my younger son's bedroom in Cusco. And outside I can hear that Eddie is very kindly preparing some food, and Zed and Manny have been chatting to each other and had an aeroplane take off. And it's really important that through this feeling of safety that you address any issues that require to be addressed. So like my process is I get up every single morning and I channel Tressarn. I always get up early. I just wake up early. That's the way that I am. And I sit down and I channel Tressarn. And I know that I'm safe in the space that I'm in. I know that the sounds that I hear, I'm safe. they're not there. I don't need to be alert to them. Then don't present a danger in any way. They're just sounds. And that's just such a beautiful experience to have. But say, for example, I felt like someone was going to interrupt me. Like, say, for example, I felt like someone was going to come bursting into the room at any moment. I wouldn't feel safe. So I might need to have a conversation with someone. I might need to say, this is my time. I'm going to be 20 minutes or half an hour or whatever you require, or I'll tell you when I've finished. There are to be no interruptions. I need you to be quiet and not ask me any questions and not interrupt this process. You sometimes need to have a conversation. And that's just really positive to be able to do that, because that's just so healthy for relationships. You might need to put your phone in another room in order to feel safe. So just really thinking about it. Let's experiment on this together. Let me just see if I can I'm just getting my computer up, which is what the computer I was supposed to be on today. It's quite handy really, because I can see it. Then put my glasses on. Don't need my glasses to channel, but I do need my glasses to to look at my notes. So let's have a look at this play sheet that you're going to be able to access, okay? So Tressarn has spoken about your mind's requirement to be safe and feel safe. He's talked about those 4 areas of safety to heal the mind. He talked about feeling safe in your immediate environment. He talked about feeling safe to return to your day. He talked about feeling safe in your relationship with your guardian angel, and also safe that you're doing it right, you're doing it correctly. What I'd really love you to do is I'd love you to start thinking about a chosen area of safety, one of those areas to heal, okay? I would recommend that you start with the first one, which is your immediate environment, okay? So I wrote these words out this morning, which is how I feel safe, because I'm going to ask you to write a note to yourself. Write a little note, which is telling yourself, confirming, acknowledging that you're safe, that you are safe in your immediate environment, okay? Now, this is my safe, okay? So this is what I'm saying to myself. You are safe to channel in your living room in the early morning. You're safe in this warm, cozy space and your blanket that you wrap yourself up in. You're safe in the comfortable chair that you choose by the window. You're safe to hear the sounds of the dogs barking, the cars tooting, the buses passing over the grate, which they do, all of these things, the people preparing for their day all around you. You're safe to hear all of these sounds and be in this safe, immediate environment. Acknowledge this safety in your immediate environment and that you are safe to channel, okay? So I'd like you to start thinking about that. Look at your immediate environment, okay? Or if you're not in the immediate environment where you meditate, think about that space, right? Just think about how safe that is. Think about how safe you feel in that space, how you can create an environment which is cozy and comfortable and somewhere that you can go to and sit. Your immediate environment, an acknowledgement that the room that you're in is safe, okay? And then I'd like you to start thinking about the sounds that you hear regularly. Like when you live somewhere, there are regular sounds, aren't there? It might be that you always hear your neighbour getting up and his alarm to go off to work, or it might be that you always hear a particular bird, like where we were when we were in our last property, which was just outside of Lima. There were these parrots and they were so noisy. It was like crazy how noisy they were, squawking, really squawking. But you get used to that and it's feeling safe in that. And it's knowing that that's just a sound and that doesn't need to, it's not danger. It's helping your mind to feel safe. So just think about that. Just give yourself a minute and think about that, okay? Think about your immediate environment and think about how safe you are in it. Think about all the sounds that you hear. I can hear a sound of a lorry reversing at the moment. Beep, beep, beep. That's a regular sound for here. So we're in the center of Cuzco. But I'm safe. I know that I'm safe. And when I know that I'm safe, those sounds are sounds that don't need to interrupt my channeling. They don't, because I'm safe. And I want you to be able to do the same thing. I don't need my glasses on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at the microphone. Sorry, I've just realised. It's because my eye's normally here. So I'm looking at the microphone. Forgive me if my eyes have gone off during our time together today. It's all about feeling safe. So thinking about your environment, thinking about the sounds that you hear. And you'll see in the description that there's a note, there's a play sheet for you to print off so that you can write a note to yourself. And I don't want you to try and convince yourself into anything that you don't feel. I want you to acknowledge things that are true. And I want you to address things which need to be addressed. So as I said earlier, if being safe to you is knowing that no one's going to interrupt your barging, if feeling safe to you is knowing that you can just relax and not feel self-conscious because no one's going to hear you when you're verbally channeling maybe, or that no one's going to look at you or be watching you, if those things need to be vocalized and spoken about because of people that you share your space with, then do that, because that's another important part of being safe and feeling safe. And I want to bring you back to what we talked about before, and this is all led by Tressarn. This is all from Tressarn. This information is all from Tressarn. He said that it's so important that you understand that your mind is the biggest interruption to channeling. And you know that, right? But these 4 areas, if you address safety in these 4 areas that your mind requires to feel safe in, then you're going to be able to channel. Okay, so there will be a print out to that, and I'd love you to experiment with that. And if you do interact with that sheet, when you've written out your note to yourself about acknowledging the safety of your environment and the sounds, put it up in the comments. It would be so fantastic for everybody to share how they feel safe, the note they've written to themselves. You've heard mine. I'd love to hear yours as well. Okay. Let me make sure that I've covered everything that we should be covering. Yeah. So do you remember at the beginning, I talked to you about being really independent, me do it myself, not allowing that trusting relationship, finding it really hard from that early age, sitting on the end of my bed and saying you're on your own, no one's going to help you, you can't trust anybody. That's something which I have had so many conversations with people about that I teach to channel. It's about allowing help, feeling safe to allow help, and feeling safe and not weak through allowing help and accepting help. And it's been through channeling Tressarn and developing my ability to open and trust and feel safe in all the areas of my life that were, and in some situations still are, barriers to feeling safe, healing those areas that life has become what it is, which is traveling, my dream, traveling, and the family's dream, traveling the world with Tressarn. And this is my expression of what it means to feel safe with Tressarn, for him to guide us to live this amazing life. And your guardian angel can do exactly the same thing for you. When you feel safe, you're able to create a life which you've come here to live. And that's the point of channeling your guardian angel. It's for information, it's for guidance, it's for direction, so that you can live life together with your guardian angel. And just as when I was 11 and sat on the end of my bed and said, you can't trust anyone, you're on your own, you're never going to be able to trust anyone, you can't rely on anyone. I'd had disappointments in my life which had really ruptured something deeply inside of me. The repairing of that with Tressarn, the living life together, is the whole point of channeling, so that you're not doing it on your own, so that you can ask questions, so that you can get answers, so that you can have a beautiful angelic companion, a higher power in your life which can help you to live the life that you came for with ease, smoothly, in a way that's fun. You become your true self. You find your real voice. So I hope this has been, I hope you've enjoyed it. I want it to be fun. Tressarn's leading this whole thing, sharing all of this content. I'm bringing in my human dimension because I think that's important. Tressarn's communicating with you as well. The play sheets I encourage you to interact with. Post up the note to yourself in the comments. That would be fantastic to hear. We're going to be together, same place, same time next week. And we're going to be focusing on the physical experience of safety that's required in order to channel. And that's going to be really exciting. I'm delighted to share that with you. Later on, you will be able to see a link to the meditation which has been created that will help you to practice this first layer of mind safety so that you can prepare to channel with your guardian angel. I'm now here and open for questions. If you've got any questions, please put them in the chat. I'd love to hear your questions. Anything that about today, anything that Tressarn has shared, anything that I've shared, I'm delighted to answer them now. Or if you want to post them, if you're watching the replay, please go ahead and do that. And I'll come back to them and answer them. So does anyone have a question? Anything that's on their mind that they want to ask about safety and channeling your guardian angel? I'm just reading the comments here. Thank you so much. This really helps. Hello, Healing Myself. Healing Myself says, this really helps. How could I forget about safety? So nice to connect with safety. Yeah, lovely. I'm really glad that you take that. It is all about feeling safe, and not just feeling safe, being safe, knowing that you're safe. It's how you open up. Thank you for saying that. That means a lot. Thank you very much, Healing Myself. Angelica. Hi, Angelica. Angelica's saying, when I meditate, I notice that I feel swirling in my hands and I feel really relaxed. Is this my guardian angel? Well, it's absolutely the opening to your guardian angel. That feeling of swirling in your palms is something that I really relate to. I used to talk about it as feeling like my hands were massive. Does anyone know what that feels like? Like really swollen and really huge. I would encourage you to continue to do that because it's only going to open you up to that connection, and to continue to stay with us, because over the coming weeks, I'm going to take you through the steps of creating your channel of clarity, so that you can begin to explore that with your guardian angel. Thank you for your question, Angelica. Carolina, hi Carolina. Carolina says, my mind is always thinking it's doing things wrong. How can I help that now? Oh yeah, that fourth area, isn't it? Of that Tressarn shared about safety. Am I doing this right? You're doing it wrong. Give up. You're never going to be able to do it. It's never going to work for you. It's really just feeling safe. I would really encourage you to focus on that first step, which is your immediate environment. Once you feel safe in your immediate environment, acknowledge, accept that you're safe, and make any adjustments required to feel safe in your immediate environment. It really affects your mind. It really affects the way that you think. It really affects the thoughts that are created. And then take each step through there, and it will soften things. I hope that helps. Start with the first one. It's a great question. I really appreciate it. Start with the first one, and then let's take it one step at a time. And I'm sure that you will experience that softening of that. You're wrong. You're doing it wrong. Never going to do it. Fantastic question. Thank you. Anne says, how do you know it's real? Yeah, that's a really good question. How do I know it's real? It's proven to you. It truly is proven to you. Real is an experience of knowing, an experience of constantly things being confirmed to you, a repeated feeling, a repeated experience, proof which you experience through applying guidance that your guardian angel has given you to your life and seeing how that results in improvements. Knowing that it's real is something that you will feel, that you should intend to experience. It's a really great question. It's about connecting with your guardian angel and co-creating with them. And the evidence that you need to prove that it's real will come. Thank you, Anne. Hi, Dale. Dale says, oh, thank you, Ros Tressarn, very helpful info. Oh, thank you very much. Well, I want to thank all of you for being here today. It's been fantastic. There's the replay. Please feel free to share this. If there are people that you feel would benefit from this, please put your notes to yourself in the bottom, because it will be so great for everyone to see how they are experiencing safety in their immediate environment. I'm going to be with you next week, same place, same time. Got any questions, please put them in the comments. Excited to be with you next time. Lots of love, and never know, might have a different camera angle. Sending you lots and lots of love. Bye for now.